Good morning, students. Today's class we will see about the obstetric shock. Shock is a condition resulting from inability of circulatory system to provide the tissues the requirements from the oxygen and nutrients to remove the metabolites. The type and cause. The first one is hemorrhagic shock, that is exclusively blood loss may be due to causes of bleeding early in pregnancy, cause of antepartum hemorrhage, causes of postpartum hemorrhage. Neurogenic shock, painful condition may be due to disturbed ectopic pregnancy, concealed or accidental hemorrhage, forceps or breech extraction before full cervical dilatation, rough internal version, Credis method, that is a technique used to void urine from the bladder by exerting manual pressure on abdomen at location of bladder just below the umbilicus. Rupture of uterus, acute inversion of the uterus, rapid evacuation of the uterine canal in case of precipitate labor, and rupture of membrane in polyhydramnios. This is accompanied by rapid accumulation of blood in the splenic area due to the sudden relief of pressure. Then cardiogenic shock, ineffective contractions of cardiac muscles due to myocardial infarction, heart failure, endotoxic shock, generalized vascular disturbance due to release of toxins, anaphylactic shock caused by sensitivity to drugs. Other causes include embolism, it may be amniotic fluid, air or thrombus, anesthetic complications in this Mendelssohn syndrome. Shock may be caused by more than one factors. Incomplete abortion leads to hemorrhage and endotoxic shock. Disturbed ectopic and rupture of uterus leads to hemorrhagic and neurogenic shock. The classic clinical picture of shock include low blood pressure, rapid or weak or steady pulse, pallor, cold clammy sweat, skin, sinus of the fingers, air hunger, diminution of vision, restlessness, oliguria or anuria. This is the hemorrhagic shock classified into one degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth degree. Tilt test done in patient with considerable bleeding, but the blood pressure and the pulse rate are normal. When the patient is in a sitting position, she develops hypotension and tachycardia. Cases of hemorrhagic shock, the normal pregnant woman can withstand a blood loss of 500 ml and even up to 1000 ml during delivery without obvious danger due to physiological, cardiovascular, and hematological adaptations during pregnancy. The first phase is phase of compensation, that is the sympathetic stimulation. It is the initial response to the blood loss leading to peripheral vasoconstriction to maintain blood supply to the vital organs. The clinical picture includes pallor, tachycardia, and tachypnea. Second is phase of decompensation. Blood loss exceeds 1000 ml in normal patient or less if the adverse other factors are operating. Clinical picture, it is a classic clinical picture of shock. Adequate treatment at this phase improves the condition rapidly without residual adverse effect. Third phase is phase of cellular damage and danger of death. Inadequately treated hemorrhagic shock results in prolonged tissue hypoxia and damage with the following effect: metabolic acidosis due to anaerobic metabolism initiated after lack of oxygen, arteriolar dilatation caused by accumulation of metabolites leading to pooling and stagnation of blood in the capillaries and leakage of fluid into tissues, disseminated intravascular coagulation caused by release of thromboplastin from the damaged tissues. In this phase, death is imminent. The transfusion alone inadequate, and if recovery from acute phase occurs, residual tissue damage as renal or pituitary necrosis will occur. Management. The urgent interference is indicated as follows: detect the cause and arrest hemorrhage, establish airway and give oxygen by mask or endotracheal tube, elevate the legs to encourage return of blood from limbs to central circulation. Two or more intravenous ways are established for blood, fluids, and drugs infusion, which should be given by IV route in shock patient. If the veins are difficult to find, a venous cut down or intrafemoral cannulation is done. Restoration of blood volume by whole blood cross-match from the same group of, if not available or negative, may be given as life-saving. Crystalloid solutions are interlactate normoxane glucose 5%. They have a short half-life in the circulation. Excess amount may cause pulmonary edema. Colloid solution as dextran 40 or 70 plasma protein fraction of fresh frozen plasma can be given. Drug therapy, Analgesics 10 to 15 milligram of morphine IV if there is pain, tissue damage, or irritability. Corticosteroids, hydrocortisone 1 gram or dexamethasone 20 milligram slowly IV. Its mode of action is controversial. It may decrease the peripheral resistance and potentiate cardiac response so as to improve tissue perfusion. Sodium bicarbonate 100 milliequivalent IV if metabolic acidosis is demonstrated. Vasopressors to increase the blood pressure or maintain renal perfusions like dopamine, beta-adrenergic stimulant like isoprenaline. Monitoring central venous pressure should be monitored, pulse rate, blood pressure, urine output, pulmonary capillary wedge pressure, clinical importance in the pallor, cyanosis, air hunger, sweating, and consciousness. Complications include acute renal failure, pituitary necrosis that leads to Sheehan syndrome, disseminated intravascular coagulation, endotoxic shock, septic or bacteremic shock. The obstetric cause for this include septic abortion, prolonged rupture of membrane, manipulation and instrumentations, trauma, retained plasmatal tissues, puerperal sepsis, severe acute pyelonephritis. Causative organisms are gram-negative bacilli, E. coli, Proteus, Pseudomonas, and bacteroids. The endotoxin is a phospholipopolysaccharide released by lysis of its cell envelope. A similar picture is produced from exotoxin of beta hemolytic streptococci, anaerobic streptococci, and Clostridium. Pathology: release of endotoxin result in increased lysosomal permeability and cytotoxicity. The sequence of events thereafter may occur in few minutes and include stimulation of adrenal medulla and sympathetic nervous system. So it leads to constriction of arterioles and venules that leads to local acidosis that leads to arterial dilatation but with continuing constriction of venules, capillary pooling of blood, at last hemorrhagic engorgement of the bowel, liver, kidney, and lungs. They are associated with extensive disseminated intravascular coagulation due to sudden massive plasmin generation with which antiplasmins cannot cope. The clinical features: endotoxic shock passes with two main stages. First is reversible stage. Irreversible stage also have two phases. One is early phase, there hypotension, tachycardia, pyrexia, rigors, flush skin, patient is alert, leukocytosis develop within hours. The late or the cold phase include cold clammy skin, motile cyanosis, purpura, jaundice, progressive mental confusion, and coma. The irreversible stage include prolonged cellular hypoxia lead to metabolic acidosis, acute renal failure, cardiac failure, pulmonary edema, adrenal failure, and ultimately death. Differential diagnosis can be amniotic fluid embolism, pulmonary aspiration syndrome, or myocardial infarction. The management: it includes three major lines of treatment. First is restoration of circulatory function and oxygenation, replacement of blood loss by whole blood. If not available, start with colloids or crystalloids. CVP measurement is essential to guard against circulatory overload. Corticosteroids, beta-adrenergic stimulants, oxygen, aminophylline. Second, eradication of infection by antibiotic therapy. Swabs for culture sensitivity are taken first. Antibiotic therapy starting immediately till the result of culture and given by IV route. Therapy should be cover wide range of organism. Surgical treatment: it is indicated in restricted infected tissues as in septic abortion. It should be removed as soon as antibiotic therapy and resistive measures have been started. By suction evacuation, digital evacuation, or by hysterectomy in advanced infection with the gangrenous or traumatized uterus. Third is correction of electrolyte deficit and prevention and treatment of disseminated intravascular coagulation. Heparin therapy, except if there is active bleeding, where the condition is best treated by fresh blood transfusion. Early opportunity exists to risk, anticipate, and plan in advance of obstetric hemorrhage. A multidisciplinary coordination and preparation, particularly if the blood bank, is critical in order to provide safe obstetrical care. A standardized approach to obstetric hemorrhage includes clearly defined stage checklist of appropriate actions to take in an emergency situation and can help to improve the patient outcome. At the same way, to maintain the aseptic technique throughout the procedure or throughout the care of the patient can reduce the development of endotoxic shock also. Thank you for listening.